think of something when the time feels right. Ain't no use in throwing stones tonight. Never felt this way before, but I feel it now. I feel it now. Another year at this I should have known. Said being near me makes you feel alone. And you don't have to say it, it ain't hard to figure out. 'Cause I feel it now.
I get the same question a lot, and that is, how does your songwriting process start, or what does it look like? And this is what it looks like. Welcome to my kitchen. I know that I look kind of crazy right now because this is probably the darkest room I could shoot in and probably the worst sounding room that I could shoot a video in, but I wanted, to be real with you guys. This is where I write a lot of my songs. A lot of you have probably heard me say that I get a lot of my first song ideas in the car, where a melody just kind of pops into my brain and I try to chase it down, and that is true. But when I come home and I start trying to chase it down, grab a guitar, I just inevitably end up in this room. I really don't know why that is. I think it's just everybody kind of has their own place they feel comfortable, and I feel comfortable in this room when I'm writing music. I don't know. I'll even bring a laptop in here and work on lyrics, and it just kind of all fleshes itself out in this tiny little rectangular space. The song I played for you in the beginning of this video is a new song of mine called Feel It Now. And technically, I wrote this song a couple weeks ago. Does not mean that this song is completely finished. I'm still tweaking lyrics and tweaking melodies, and that'll go on for some time. It usually actually goes on until the final recording process. But something I haven't done for this song yet is make a demo for it. So I thought that I would take you guys through that process. So later on in this video, I'm gonna head over to Studio 101 in Woodruff, South Carolina. That's where my brother Ian works at, and I'm gonna go in there and just lay down a quick acoustic vocal take, maybe add some harmonies, get some nice reverb on there, make it prettier sounding than what I can do on my phone. My original idea for this video was to take you guys a little more in depth with me through the writing process, but I haven't figured out a way to do that yet that feels right and comfortable for me. And I also haven't figured out a way visually that plays well on video, because it would probably just end up being a lot of static shots of me trying to get a line to come to me, which would just look something like this. And that's no fun, and maybe we can figure that out for another video. But I can at least take you guys into the studio with me on this song. I do want to stress at the beginning of this video that this is by no means a how-to video. I am not going to say this is how you write a song, because that's ridiculous. I'm not going to presume that I know everything about writing a song. I am still learning. My own process changes all the time. I am just learning from listening and writing with my peers. So this is not at all like a this is how you should do this kind of video. This is just a little peek inside how I do things.
Know your words have got you feeling.
So there's a line in here on the second verse that I'm kind of tweaking now. The lines are, I know your words have got you feeling tall. In the same breath, you make me feel so small. Go on and spit your gospel. I want to hear you sing it out so you can feel it now. First of all, I just want to acknowledge how ridiculous anyone sounds reading their verses out loud instead of singing them. They just don't have the same weight. So originally I wrote this verse. This is the second verse. I wrote this verse pretty close to the way the first verse melody is, which is fine, but I'm wanting to get a little more impact out of it. So I'm gonna change up the melody just a little bit. Maybe the third line. Usually the third line is kind of where you naturally change a melody, so I'll probably do that. Right now, this is how it sounds.
Know your words have got you feeling tall. In the same breath you make me feel so small. Go on and spit your gospel, I wanna hear you sing it out so
want to change the third line. I've already kind of changed the second line where it does the feel so small. I don't have anything like that in the first verse, and that creates a really cool idea for a harmony to go there, so that would be kind of neat. This third line, go on and spit your gospel, I want to hear you sing it out, is kind of an angry line to me, so I want to get a little more passion behind it. So I've been kind of dabbling with this idea here of kind of just, you know, a little bit of growl, give a little bit of growl to it so that we could try it, something like this.
I know your words have got you feeling tall. In the same breath you make me feel so small. Go on and spit your gospel, I wanna hear you sing it out, so you can feel it now.
A little more fire behind it. Now there's a little more a little more anger in that line, which is what I want. I'm trying not to overthink this chorus, which tends to kill songs for me is when I overthink. I tend to overthink a lot of things in life. So I think I'm just going to keep this the way it is unless something kind of new pops out at me when I'm in the studio. But I like it. I mean, it stands out from the verse. I'm happy with that. It kind of goes to a more major kind of thing, so that pops out.
A little fire, a little smoke, it's got me thinking about the words we wrote. Before the lying, before the pain, it's all the same. Lord, it's all the same thing.
So still kind of a sad chorus, but it at least sounds somewhat up and happy in the beginning of it. So that kind of makes it pop out from the verse. So I'm fine with that. We'll keep it the same. Okay, so I'm actually feeling pretty good about where the song is now. And, you know, I can always tweak and stuff tomorrow before I go to the studio if I feel like it. I think it's at a good spot. And come tomorrow, we'll head to the studio. And me and Ian will try and lay down an acoustic track and a nice vocal and see if we can get it sounding pretty. But for now, it is Sunday afternoon, and I've got a little more work to do. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, and we're off to the studio. Now, in an ideal world, I really don't want to have to drive all the way to the studio every time I just want to make an acoustic demo. I would normally do that kind of thing just at my house in my music room, but right now my music room is pretty much in shambles just because I've been on the road and just haven't been able to pay attention to it really. But I am in the process of kind of giving it a makeover, making it more of a comfortable space to do some writing and make demos and do some video work. So when the time comes, I'm going to make a video about that, and I'll take you guys along with me. Hey, brother.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, no. All right, so we're in the studio. There's Ian.
Hey.
So, Ian, I'm going to do a demo for that song that I wrote a couple weeks ago called Feel It Now. Normally I would say let's do both together, like acoustic and vocal together.
Yeah.
But I think with this
So
song...
you're going to say something different, aren't you?
I'm going to say something different.
I can tell.
I think this song has some like acoustic parts that I want to make sure I actually nail.
Okay.
So maybe we do acoustic first. It's that bottom string. It's not doing it. Okay.
Ooh, these are comfy looking.
They are. Ian had to come fix the microphone because of my heavy nose breath going directly into the microphone. We kept hearing this like super thunderous noise. We kept thinking it was like a car door, and it was my my nose breath. Let's see if I can do it. There it is.
and did it.
That felt wrong. Let me come and listen to that real quick. It's a little faster than what I was doing earlier. I mean, that is kind of how it goes for me a lot of the times. I write songs at a pretty slow tempo, and we almost always ramp it up for like full band versions and stuff. So maybe this is fine. I'm gonna sing through it a little bit more and see how I feel. Okay, so we're gonna do another take a little bit slower, just to get closer to that original tempo that I was working on earlier. The fast one is fine. I think that would be totally fine to do, but just want to see how this one feels. This tempo is better. Yeah. This is the tempo. All right, let's do a vocal.
Okay.
God! I didn't think about that. Should have known. That was like I was in a canyon.
Canyon.
A little fire, a little smoke. You got me thinking about the words we wrote.
All right. Want to try one?
Yeah. I know your words have got you feeling tall. In the same breath you make me feel so small. Go on and spit your gospel. I want to hear you sing it out, so you can feel it now. A little fire, a little smoke. It's got me thinking about the words we wrote. Before the lying, before the pain, it's all the same. Oh, it's all the same.
I gotta do, sorry, there's a different melody there. Go.
Before the lying, before the pain, it's all the same. Lord, it's all the same thing. Don't pull your punches, let it go. I wanna know there's nothing left unsaid before the dawn. A little fire, a little smoke. It's got me thinking about the words we wrote when we were younger.
That's the old lyrics that I'm singing. What do you think about jumping from that lower to higher register? Do you think I should?
I like it.
You think it's cool?
Yeah.
A little fire, a little smoke. It's got me thinking about the words we wrote. Before the lying, before the pain, it's all the same. A little fire, a little smoke. It's got me thinking about the words we wrote. Before the lying, before the pain, it's all the same. Lord, it's all the same thing.
I like it.
I was thinking there's a couple different ways you can go with it. We can go the full band route and just completely produce it out, which would sound sweet, I think.
Wait. You want some bourbon?
Yeah. So, we could go the full band route, or I think it is so driven by that acoustic guitar. There, you could also go the kind of like, not completely stripped, but like maybe just not full out drums with it.
Drum wise, I'm thinking a kind of a brush.
It needs
But, like,
bass, it needs drums,
Yeah,
it needs that baritone.
I think that would be cool.
And maybe
even if the
like
baritone
just
was
some
doing
diamonds
Yeah.
with electric guitar.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We've got acoustic track, vocal track. We've got a pretty decent reverb sound on there. I want to play around with that just a little bit. Otherwise, I think we're kind of closing in on this one, or at least on the demo. That's the thing. It doesn't have to be perfect. But if I'm going to send this around to people and send it to the band and stuff for them to learn, I want it to be at least somewhat polished. But what I'm going for is capturing that original feeling I had behind the song when I wrote it.
on the demo, on the final recording. That's the most important thing to me, and I think that this is a decent representation of that. Okay, so I'm feeling pretty good about where this song is. Hopefully this gives you a little bit of insight into my writing process and a little bit into the demo process. We are going to wrap the song up, and I'm going to wrap this video up. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and more vlogs and stuff when I get the band back together. And I'll see you guys next time. Go on and spit your gospel. I wanna hear